Development of ICT sector of Mongolia should not be behind the worldwide development trend of ICT. Development history. The government of Mongolia keeps to maintain the ICT as one of the most promising sectors of Mongolia, as we are marking 90th anniversary of the modern communications development, although our country's first communication system known as the horse relay has 775 years back history. The horse relay communication system was built by the initiative of Kublai Khan, the third son of Genghis Khan, in the 30th century in Mongolia, which was the most powerful communication network in the world at that time. The modern history of the Mongolian post and telecom sector has been passing three phases of development. ICT contribution to development of Mongolia. To date, the government of Mongolia recognizes the development of ICT sector as the major accelerator and valuable factor of the social and economic development of the country. Therefore, the government has been committed to employ ICT in all spheres of social and economic sectors, declaring this commitment as a priority area of its activity. We are working hard to develop competition in the sector, to localize latest technologies, to update legal and regulative environment, to expand the infrastructure. These works have been done under a number of policy initiatives and action plans. In Mongolia, national program adopted since 2005 leads scores of projects and programs for universal computerization, National Data and Information Center, reduction of service prices and tariffs, improved infrastructure, increased network capacity, access to information and communication services in rural and local areas, transmitting different television channels in local areas. To keep ICT for better development of Mongolia, the private sector partnerships are important. Today, more than 600 entities and organizations are engaged in the sector, and they contribute 10% of GDP of the country. 30 types of services have been offered to individuals and businesses. The ICT sector's contribution to the country's economy is quite noticeable. Contribution to GDP is desirable. Overall sector's investment worth 94.4 billion turuk in 2009 and 98 billion turuk in 2010. ICT sector's revenue is increasing year by year, and the level of revenue from mobile telephony services is dominating the revenue structure of the sector. Fixed telephony, internet, radio and television broadcasting, cabling and installation, and satellite communications are contributing as well. The ICT sector is becoming more and more attractive. Employment opportunity is gradually increasing, yet the sector employs 7,320 persons in technical and service areas. The private sectors provides 5,100 persons with permanent job places in sales and maintenance of services and different types of terminals, and 500 persons with seasonal works in cable installation. ICT sector institutions. There are two key ICT government organizations for policy making and regulation in Mongolia: Information Communications Technology and Post Authority of Mongolia, Communications Regulatory Commission of Mongolia, Information Communications Technology and Post Authority. Information Communications Technology and Post Authority of Mongolia takes care of work related to the development of laws, regulations and development policies related to information technology, post, broadcasting, telecommunications, and technology development matters within framework of works of Prime Minister, development of United Registration System, organization of activities to implement policies, programs and plans, coordination, monitoring and evaluation. Communications Regulatory Commission. The Communications Regulatory Commission of Mongolia was established by the Communications Act of 2001 and is the regulatory body of the sector. CRC is committed to regulate competition issues, the provision of networks and services for fixed line, wireless communications, television and radio broadcasting, and satellite transmission, spectrum management, postal services, and internet to ensure that the public interest is well served. The sector development. The ICT development of Mongolia has advanced tremendously for last years. Infrastructure. The overall state-owned Mongolian telecommunication backbone network consists of approximately 8,407 kilometers of digital microwave, more than 12,015 kilometers long optical cable link, plus more than 400 very small aperture terminal systems linked to Ulaanbaatar city and all provincial centers. More than 300 telephone exchanges with over 188,875 telephone lines are currently in service. More than 99% of the total switching capacity and 95% of the transmission network are digital. The backbone fiber optic network has reached to all AMOC centers and Samsung centers. The Information Communication Network Company is the owner of the national backbone and access network of Mongolia, including international, long-distance, rural, and local transmission networks and local loops. Telecommunication. 2 GSM operators and 2 CDMA operators are providing mobile telephony services to 2.5 million subscribers, which makes the tele density 90% per 100 persons. This is above the world average. 3 companies are providing fixed line services and 2 companies are offering WLL services. Internet. There are 77 licensed ISPs in Mongolia and 38 are serving in Ulaanbaatar, 21 are in provinces, and 18 ISPs are offering internet services within the territory of Mongolia. The overall bandwidth of Mongolia is downloaded 7.8 gigabytes per second and uploaded 7.8 gigabytes per second. The internet connections are made through fiber optic cable network going along the railway lines to the north to Russian Federation and to the south to PR China. At present, internet services in Mongolia are distributed via XDSL, fiber optic, GPRS, WiMAX, Wi-Fi to subscribers. The majority of users access to internet through GPRS, 3G, EVDO, and Edge technologies. Thanks to introduction of 3G services, the number of internet subscribers increased 2 times. More than 63,000 subscribers are using fixed broadband, while 133,000 subscribers are using mobile broadband internet. The development of ICT sector of Mongolia has been recognized not only in Mongolia, but also internationally, according to Measuring the Information Society, which features the latest ICT Development Index, an ICT price basket issued by the International Telecommunications Union. Mongolia is listed on 95th place among 159 countries on ICT Development Index, and on 112th place on IDI Access Sub-Index. on 95th place on IDI Use Sub-Index and on 44th place on IDI Skills Sub-Index respectively. International cooperation. Mongolia has joined a number of United Nations specialized agencies and regional and international organizations such as Universal Postal Union, International Telecommunications Union, Asia-Pacific Telecommunication, Asia-Pacific Postal Union Bureau, Asia-Pacific Broadcasting Union, Asia-Pacific Space Cooperation Organization, International Telecommunications Satellite Organization, Asia-Pacific Satellite Communication. As well as we are successful at building beneficial cooperation and partnerships with donor and development organizations. World Bank, Asian Development Bank, European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, Asian Foundation, Korea International Cooperation Agency, Japan International Cooperation Agency, United States Agency for International Development, International Development Research Center of Canada, International Finance Corporations, embassies and diplomatic corpus in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. Ongoing projects. Significant projects of general consumption are in the progress of implementation. National Program on Registration Integrated System. Project to build up high-speed internet network connecting all slums, urban areas, province centers, and the capital city. Distance learning, e-diagnosis and treatment. E-content development system. Project to place mailing boxes in every household. These projects and programs allow the information and communications technologies deeply penetrate into lives of people, become their daily consumption, and there is no doubt that the level of development in our country will sharply improve. Future projects. The government of Mongolia is now working on development of national satellite for communications, information technology training and industrial campus, in the introduction of digital radio and television broadcasting services, and other programs and projects are being developed for deployment throughout the country. A big development project on extending high-speed fiber optic network to cover whole country will be continued this year. In order to provide favorable environment to support e-services, to make different outsourcing businesses as real works, increase information, communications, postal and internet services to rural part of Mongolia, to use public-private partnership approach is becoming essential requirement. We need to develop information society based on development of ICT sector, to begin development of knowledge-based economy. The directions were given to initiate and establish Silicon Valley of Mongolia and connected with project to establish a campus of universities. It is important to realize that everyone's participation and initiatives are important in this. This will fasten the development of not only the sector but also whole Mongolia. This year, dedicated to the 90th anniversary of ICT sector, we are organizing national and international events in Mongolia. National ICT Policy Forum, May 25th to 26th. ICT 90 Expo, May 27th to 30th. ITU Regional Forum on Designing a Mechanism for Cooperation in Emergency Communications, July 6th to 11th. APPU Executive Council Meeting, July 25th to 29th. APT Wireless Forum, September. On behalf of the Government of Mongolia, ICTPA and CRC are open to cooperate with international and donor organizations to develop and implement programs, projects and activities to enable development of ICT sector of Mongolia and foster socio-economic development of Mongolia